Hey guys, welcome to today's recap of The Bachelor.
Last week, Brad had to cut 10 girls just to get down to the 20 that are left.
Because I started with 30, if you couldn't do the math. So, just to let you guys know, not everyone gets a date every week.
What happened to the date books? The date boxes?
Date books.
Give me a date book, somebody.
Well, they changed it a couple seasons ago, and now it's just date cards because they
So
couldn't
boring.
afford all the goodies to put in the date boxes.
I loved the date boxes and the date trunks and
it's a tough economy.
the date dioramas. They were awesome. All right, so let's get this out of the way. Melissa's pathetic.
She spent all this money and she's been saving for years to buy all of her gowns.
She quit her job. She's there, and she doesn't want to get sent home because she's got a big investment here. All right, so the first date goes to Ashley H.
It's a one-on-one.
Right, and it's the road to love is a wild ride.
Yep, so they went on this car ride and
To nowhere.
they
to like
went
darkness.
somewhere really dark, and
I was expecting a hook to show up on the outside of the, the old story from like Meatballs. And there was a hook on the outside of the car door as the boyfriend sped away. No. They go on a walk in the woods, and he says, pull my lever. I mean, pull this lever.
No, he didn't. And then all of a sudden, whoa, let there be light.
We're going to the carnival. We're going to the carnival.
So they were running through like giddy little fools.
Why do they always make them run through?
Because it makes them look more excited.
All right. Well, how many people noticed how incredibly weird the flying ride was?
It was like a Superman type deal.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be flying.
Yeah. The drunken...
You've never seen that before?
No. The drunken photo booth was pretty cool, too.
You're a phone booth. I got
Photo
confused.
booth. Photo booth. All right. So Brad treated Ashley, was it?
Yes.
Yeah, to a full-on tonsil exam.
This was a little crazy.
It looked like he was trying to do a strep test on the back of her throat.
I mean,
really
for a first date? Are you serious?
All right. You know what? They bonded over their deadbeat dads. They both have deadbeat dads. So she gets the rose. It's a no-brainer.
All right. The second date was a massive group date, and
it was massive.
Let's share something from the heart.
15 girls. Can you believe it?
Whoa.
Count them. 15.
And it's Michelle's birthday.
Oh,
no,
boy.
Not just Michelle. Crazy Michelle's birthday.
What is it with the name Michelle? There's always a crazy Michelle on. She said she was 30, but she's looking like a hard 40. I'm
Not
sorry.
a normal 40.
A hard 40. So the whole premise of this date is the American Red Cross. They're going to be doing some PSAs, public service announcements.
It was an excuse for them to do those weird videos where like some of the girls have to make out with him. They do this every season.
The vignettes. So first one was a Spanish soap opera. Lots of takes. Lots. I'm talking tens of takes of making out. Melissa couldn't take it anymore. She's got a big investment here, so she barged onto the set.
This wasn't even her scene.
Yeah, it ruined the video. And then the vampire dominatrix. Really? Really?
Well, it was kind of weird that they didn't put the vampire in the vampire video.
Exactly. Brad liked the idea of vampires so much that in the threesome scene, he came out as a vampire. That was really weird. And in that scene, Britt also mouth raped him. She wouldn't stop.
No.
And he wasn't stopping her either.
I don't know if that was like multiple takes and they edited it together to look like one, but
I don't think so.
It was pretty crazy.
I'm thinking no.
I'm thinking it was.
Michelle blew a gasket though. She was super pissed.
She's like, it's my birthday.
I'm walking off the set.
So she's like, I'm not doing this. So
yeah, Brad had to go chase her down. Yeah, Brad had to go chase her down and say like, I don't want you to be unhappy. Come back.
Obviously, she was just trying to get attention.
Exactly. So the finished commercial that they showed at the end of that segment was But did you think it was going to be good? I mean, come on. This is Brad Womack, Mr. Plastic.
All right. Well, it was time for the after party on the rooftop.
In downtown LA.
Yeah.
And Brad, I think he's a little disillusioned because he thinks everyone loves each other so much.
Yeah.
But it's Dramalicious time. He thought it was Drama-Free Zone, but it was Dramalicious Zone.
Especially between Rachel and Melissa.
Michelle got the pity rose for her birthday. I'm sure the producers pulled Brad aside, more like, you should probably give it to the crazy one over there because we really want to capitalize on the woohoo. All right, so Jackie gets the third date. It's a single date. Let's get our love on track.
Whoa, Brad says it's going to be the full-on Pretty Woman experience.
Does that mean she's going to start out being a prostitute?
That's what I immediately thought of.
I know. She walked in, she's all like, oh my god, this place was so fancy. It had guards with white gloves.
It's called doormen, but...
Whatever
you want to call it.
So they got some spa treatments together, naked underneath their robes. She showed her a room full of clothes and gave her hair and makeup at her disposal and even dressed her up with some jewelry. But honey, that dress that you chose, that was a really sad choice out of that room full of clothes.
I don't think it was that bad.
I think she needs to spend a little time with David Tutera. All right, so he takes her over to the Hollywood Bowl. They sit in front of the stage, and she's probably wondering, why are we sitting in front of this empty stage eating dinner?
Yeah.
That's probably cold. So he's a little bit worried, and he lets her know about it because she's only had 2 boyfriends, and that means that she does not put out very much.
Yeah, he was a little shaken when he heard that.
Right, but she ended up getting the rose after he talked it out with himself in front of her.
Yeah.
That was so weird. It's like, well, okay, you can have the rose. All right, so then, oh my God, it's the band Train.
Wow. No, for real, it's a cool band.
Yeah, but they've been whoring themselves out a lot lately, so I wasn't really surprised to see them.
Sorry.
It is ABC. ABC recycles like you wouldn't believe. All right, so they had some make-out dancing. It was minimal, though, compared to the other
Yeah, compared to the other one-on-one date this week.
Yeah.
This was child's play.
Really? I mean, he might as well have been kissing his mom. All right, so it's time for the cocktail party. Michelle hijacks Brad.
Before he's even done with the toast, she's like, oh, I need 2 minutes with you.
It's important. I need to know whether you like Starbucks or Coffee Bean, first of all. And then I need to know what
and the whole time she's like,
in your fridge. Yeah. What the hell?
I can't tell if she's on drugs or she's actually that crazy.
Is that where you keep the drugs, Michelle? Is that where you keep them? So, Melissa, she's like, I have onion breath. He's like, don't worry about it.
She's like, I had 4 slices of this onion pizza.
In what bizarro world, honey, either you've got a tapeworm or you've got bulimia, and I think you need to get help for either one of those issues. Not to make light of the fact that she might be bulimic, but...
She's got a lot of issues, it seems like.
I really want to see her get help. So then Chris Harrison pops his little head out.
And I'm like, oh, good, the episode's almost over. It wasn't.
Chris Harrison hardly does anything anymore. I feel bad for him. I think he's on his way out because they're probably just going to get a robot next season. Allie and Roberto show up. They're still together, on TV anyway. So they're going to be interviewing the girls and making their recommendations to Brad for the cocktail party rose.
Yes.
So Emily gets the rose. I really like Emily.
Good. I like her.
I think she's too good for Brad, honestly. All right, so now it's time for the rose ceremony. Chantal, my dad owns a dealership, gets the first rose this week.
Yes, and then blah, 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 blah.
Well, she went from last place to first place. Okay. That's pretty significant.
So then a bunch of other people got roses.
Right, but let's just talk about the kooks that got cut. Kelty. I feel bad for Kelty.
Oh my God! Like we don't really know that much about her until her goodbye message. Yeah, we knew she was a Rockette. Blah blah blah. But her goodbye message was so freaking sad.
I've tried everything. I've tried dating, and I've tried dating people at work, and I've tried being set up, and I think I'm just meant to be alone.
That was really depressing.
It really was.
I felt bad for her.
Who is she dating at work?
She's a Rockette.
A stagehand?
I don't know.
All right, and then Brad decided that he was going to clean house, and he got rid of Melissa and Rachel.
The troublemakers.
I think that was a pretty wise decision.
Yeah.
Rachel, you're not fooling anybody with those fake boobs. They were horrible, especially since your legs were like... Hams is gams. I'm sorry.
No, it's hams for gams.
Okay, hams for gams. You know what I'm talking about. Next week, the Michelle drama continues. I think it's her that says, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
We can only hope. Till next week, much love.